Welcome to the internet. We can buy some cars. Sorry about that. I've been watching way too much of Bo Burnham's latest special. Let's get to actual cars. And today we are talking about the 2022 Honda Civic Sedan. Which trim should we buy? Let's go. I'm wearing the appropriate hat for today. Not that the Civic is a race car. That's cool that my text messages are popping up. Let me quit that. This is real life, people. Okay. Which Civic to buy? Well, the answer is the hatchback, but you can't buy that one just yet. So we're going with the sedan. Let's take a look at the different sedans here. And it's a pretty simple lineup. You have four trims. You have the LX, the Sport, the EX, and the Touring. The LX and the Sport have the 2-liter 158 horsepower engine. All of them have a CVT, but the LX and the Sport have the less powerful engine. However, right from the base model, check this out, you're getting so much stuff. You get the engine, you get the CVT, but you get full LED headlights. It's a push-button start system, Bluetooth streaming. They all have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and a 7-inch color touchscreen, and then they all have that great metal trim on the inside. Let's see if we can get a shot of that up here. Does it show it on the inside if I scroll through? Yeah, this bit right here. That stuff looks fantastic in person, and it just adds a more premium feel to what is essentially an entry-level vehicle, or a vehicle for everybody. So you do get a ton of great stuff, including a lot of safety features at the lowest level, and that's really important. Now, I like some of the looks they've done on the Sport, but I don't want that engine. If we're saddled with the CVT, and yes, I'm saying saddled, even though Honda's CVT is good, and there's a Sport mode available in all of them to make it feel a bit more punchy, I want the 180 horsepower turbo engine. So I'm looking at EX and Touring here. Now, looking at the Touring, you get some nice stuff. You do. You get the 3 different drive modes. You get LED fog lights. You get a 12-speaker Bose sound system that you don't get in the other models. But here's the thing. I don't care about Bose sound systems. I do not really love Bose audio. No highs, no lows. So I don't really need that. But when you jump to this level, you get wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto and a wireless charger, which you don't get in the other things. But really, we all have USBs anyway. So is that big a deal? You get a little bit bigger touchscreen. But the rest of the stuff is stuff you can get in the other trims. So that's why I am going to start my build with the $24,700 minus destination and handling, or not counting destination and handling yet, EX. And you get a ton here. Look at this stuff. You get 17-inch alloys, cloth seats, which I actually prefer to leather seats. You still get an 8-speaker sound system and heated front seats, which is really nice. And you get all the other stuff that you're going to find from the lower trims, of course, as well. So let's go. Let's start with the EX. This is the one I want. No choice here. You just get 180 horsepower, and that's fine. The 1.5-liter turbo is a great engine in the Honda lineup. Now, here's where it's interesting. So they only charge you extra money for Morning Mist Metallic and Platinum White Pearl. So you have to pay more money for gray or white. That's hilarious. Don't do that, especially when blue is no extra cost or red is no extra cost. I prefer the blue. But the problem here is that only the Platinum White Pearl and I believe it's, yes, Meteorite Gray Metallic are the only ones that get a secondary interior color choice. You can choose gray cloth in those ones. But if you look and you go back, see how it says interior colors 2? If you click on any other one, that number doesn't change. It's only on these two. So you are saddled, unfortunately, with the black only interior. But that said, it is a good interior, so I am sticking with my Aegean blue metallic choice. One wheel choice, 17-inch alloys. We'll talk about those more a little bit later because I've already photoshopped some mock-ups if you want to go aftermarket for your wheels down the road. But whatever, just stick with those. Now we come to packages. This part I find hilarious because you have all-season package 1, all-season package 2, and a protection package. We'll get to HPD in a second. So what are those? All-season package 1, all-season floor mats, splash guard set, and a trunk tray. All right. That's mildly interesting. Maybe if you live somewhere with slush in snow and you're going to be dragging that into the car. This one, All-Season Protection Package 2, is the all-season floor mats, a trunk tray, and wheel locks. Okay. Now, protection package is the splash guard set, the trunk tray, and the wheel lock. So why can't they combine all this into one package and just charge a little, like instead of $234, $344, $279, make it like a $500 package that includes all of that. I'm not choosing any of that, but it seems silly to break this into 3 different packages. I don't understand it unless they just get people to go, okay, and select all of them. It's weird. Now, the HPD package is interesting because you get the deck lid spoiler, the HPD emblem, which is kind of silly to have on their car because there's no performance upgrades. This is one thing I don't like that HPD is doing, is they're offering these style packages with no performance upgrades on top of it. If you're gonna offer an HPD package, then you should offer something like, I don't know, an intake or an exhaust or different wheels, or because at least on the Ridgeline, they give you the wheels in addition to the fenders. And I don't love the fenders on that. Anyway, go watch our Ridgeline video for more about that. But I feel like if you're gonna do an HPD package, offer a bit more, especially for this price, $1390, and not including wheels. However, I like the way it looks, so for my build, I'm going to select it, but I can honestly go either way on this one because it's $1390, and that's not cheap. And we're dealing with a car that starts at $24,000. Something that adds $1,000 to the price is a big deal. But you can also add those pieces individually, which is kind of hilariously goofy. Like if you just added the underbody spoiler, who would don't do that. If you're gonna get one of these pieces, get all of them, with the sole exception, if you just want the rear spoiler, well, I didn't mean to zoom in, but that worked perfectly. That could work. If you just want the rear spoiler, I get it. I do like the blacked out emblems though, so I'm gonna see if I can make this bigger. It blacks that bit out. I kind of like that, so I'm adding that as like $100, but it's kind of goofy to add that, but I'm getting it anyway. The rest of it, I don't need, and it's all nothing too expensive. So if you want it, go for it. Now on the inside, I don't need all season floor mats. I don't need any of this. This door sill protection film I would consider, and the one I am gonna check, just because I find these useful when I drive cars with them, is the cargo net, because it is really nice to hold stuff in place back there, like your groceries or anything else you might have. So I am selecting the cargo net. It's $51. In the grand scheme of financing, that's not gonna make or break the deal. And I do not need this. So if you live somewhere very cold or you need an engine block heater, there you go, they offer it. So, I mean, that's it. That's our whole build on the 2022 Civic Sedan. We picked an EX. We picked blue at no cost, black cloth because that was our only choice, same with the wheels. So you could easily delete this and get your price point down, still keep the black emblems because they look cool. And our final total MSRP as built, minus, I'm assuming, no distance. Oh no, there we go. It does include it. Thank you for doing that, Honda. Including the $995 destination handling fees. So our total MSRP for our Aegean Blue Metallic 2022 Civic EX Sedan is under $28,000. We are at $27,244, and that is a fantastic price for a brand new car with top-notch safety features, CarPlay and Android Auto, push-button start, power stuff, LED headlights. I mean, this is a grown-up, more mature Civic in terms of its styling and its interior, and we are significantly under $30,000. That is awesome. I can't wait to price out a hatchback soon though, but I mentioned the wheels. So real quick, if you're still here paying attention, this is what the Civic looks like with the wheels. Oh, I did the zoom in thing again. So there we go. Now, if you wanted black wheels, I'm going with 1552 wheels because I'm a fan of their brand. I have 1552 wheels on my Montero. So that's the option I'm gonna show. Black wheels, looks pretty cool, goes really nicely with the HPD bits. Let's see what some gold wheels, let's pretend we're Subaru now with these gold wheels. I kinda like the way it looks. You could maybe ditch the black trim bits at this point though, or not, I don't know. And then finally, because it's a blue car, I like how white wheels look on blue cars. I think those are kind of a winner, but if you don't want any of those, you just go back to stock, and there you are. So lots of choices, lots of good stuff. My screen, just so you know, I can see more of my screen that you're not supposed to see, but whatever, that's not a big deal. There you go. And if you want to price these out, you can price these out right now on Autotrader as well. And now is a good time to consider a slightly used one as well, because those are going to go down. Well, the market is crazy right now, so they might not, but you might be able to pick up some leftover inventory, some 2021 Civics. If you want to save a few bucks, as dealers need to get those out the door to make room for the new hotness. But the new hotness ain't that expensive compared to what new cars cost. So if you're shopping Civic, that's the one I say, get the EX. Until the hatchback comes out.